Speaking of interesting situations, the Antonio Brown situation has escalated into a nightmare status for the AB PR team. Also, dream scenario for all Pittsburgh Steelers fans that have been saying this entire time, get rid of them. We don't need them. Get them out of the locker room. And it tends to be situations on social media that have got Antonio Brown into his most trouble. Explain what happened on the internet for Jens or Nick.
So he took a shot at JuJu kind of out of the blue, basically saying, someone tweeted at him, it was actually Pittsburgh radio host Bill Crawford tweeted at him, and he said, Pittsburgh fans are still, he retweeted it, said, Pittsburgh fans are still salty, go buy my Raiders jersey. Then someone replied to that tweet with a picture of JuJu, who was voted as the team MVP in the New Orleans Saints game last season. AB then replied to that tweet, quote tweeted that, and kind of bashed JuJu, saying, or bashed everyone for loving JuJu. And earlier in the day, he had tweeted, keep your emotions off the internet. He said this himself. He follows that up with quote tweeting the MVP tweet of JuJu, saying, emotion. Boy fumbled the whole postseason away in the biggest game of the year. Everyone went blind to busy making guys famous. Not enough reality these days. By the way, check the list, referring to his previous 4 MVPs, team MVPs.
Okay, so out of nowhere, JuJu takes a ricochet shot because a JuJu fan tweeted a picture of JuJu to Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, who was in the same wide receiver room, then goes on and buries JuJu for his fumble that ended the game against the New Orleans Saints, right?
Yes. And this is after JuJu had come out and said nothing but love and respect for AB, basically trying to distance himself from the situation.
Okay, so Pittsburgh fans have been saying for a long time that Antonio Brown saw JuJu's success, was jealous, and that's why he got so angry. I always just said, no, that's not why Antonio Brown is mad. Antonio Brown gets angry whenever the quarterback, who's supposed to be the star of the team, the franchise, gets held to no standards at all. He goes on local radio shows and buries rookie wide receivers. So I thought Antonio Brown was actually mad because Ben Roethlisberger was burying people in his room, where it turns out I was completely wrong. It was very much a
valid issue, though, that you bring up.
It could be, right? It could be he's a super teammate and is mad about Ben burying his teammates. But now it does appear that Antonio Brown is giving ammo to the people that said that he was resenting JuJu for his success and his popularity, and that is why it all went down in Pittsburgh and he ended up in Oakland to begin with. Who knows how it all plays out and what really happened, but this is not good for the Antonio Brown PR firm.
So then he follows up today with an Instagram post of a DM conversation between himself and JuJu from 2015. Okay, JuJu DMs him as a young college student. He's playing at USC, and this is the exact picture he takes the quote of. It says, "What's up, AB? I'm a receiver at the University of Southern California. I appreciate all your work. You're a great man on and off the field. Do you have any tips that can help me take my game to the next level? Thanks, man." AB posts that with a mic emoji and hashtag on to the next.
What does that mean?
It makes zero sense what Antonio Brown is talking about. JuJu Smith-Schuster reached out for his help.
So this is just good for JuJu.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Hey, maybe this is Antonio Brown being such a good teammate, just like I've been saying this whole time. Hey, just like I've been saying this whole time, he's like, you know what? Let's put over JuJu. That's what in the wrestling business, putting over is basically making somebody look good. I'm going to put over JuJu in Pittsburgh by burying JuJu and making him look like the good guy, just so that the Pittsburgh Steelers fans will embrace him as the new number one guy, just like they did for me for my first couple of years in Pittsburgh. What a great... Hey. How about Antonio Brown? How about Antonio Brown being such a good guy, making JuJu Smith-Schuster look like such a good guy like this? He didn't have to do it. He's in Oakland now. He's got a whole new team to worry about, but he's always looking out for the younger receiver in JuJu Smith-Schuster. It's very nice of him.
I'm a little confused by your tactics right now, and I don't know if I like it.
It's not like we just figured it out.
Yeah. He's gassing up JuJu Smith-Schuster. Now Pittsburgh loves him even more.
Now, yeah, exactly. Now it's just like, hey, sometimes you got to burn the bridges behind you so you have nowhere to retreat. That's exactly what AB did. He burned a bridge behind him so that JuJu could be on that bridge shining for Pittsburgh. It was the city of bridges, actually. It is the city of bridges, and Antonio Brown could just kind of move.
Yeah, AB can go on to the next one, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly. This is very nice of Antonio Brown to do this. I don't think anybody else has mentioned how nice he is for making JuJu look this good, but JuJu's jersey is about to be top 5 jersey seller in the entire NFL probably after this, if I had to guess.
Thanks to AB.
JuJu's not blameless. He did lay a shot in there, too, before that Instagram post, which is what inspired inspired it. He said, all I ever did was show that man love and respect from the moment I got to the league. I was genuinely happy for him when he got traded to Oakland with a big contract, and now he takes shots at me on social media. Crazy how big that ego got to be able to take shots at people who show you love.
Okay, so a little bit of an ego shot there, but hey, by the way, sometimes a babyface who gets put over by heels got to send another shot back to make sure people know that he's standing up for himself. And we all know that this was a choreographed thing between AB and JuJu. It's very nice of them to do that. Also, another situation. What were you going to say, Zoo?
Oh, so I usually hate Twitter beefs because I never know the order. I think Twitter should have a tab that puts them in order for you.
The thread?
Yeah, like that. No, not even that, because usually when they start quoting, it gets it out of the thread. Am I right on this?
Yeah, quote tweets do get it out of the thread.
So I believe that Twitter should have a system, or people that work over there should put them in order in a tab that's called beef.
Well, I think there's those
Twitter
moments,
beef.
Twitter moments there where they swipe. You know, they have
You are
those,
correct.
those
Yeah.
moments where
Oh,
they
they do.
swipe so that you can put it in. But it has to become a pretty large one for Twitter to make it a moment. But I think that is something they should try to do more of for the simpletons who crash RVs into awnings to be able to figure out.
I feel that there's more people on this.
In your defense, this was a little bit tricky because it was cross-platform.
Thank
AB
you.
went on IG.
and Twitter.
Keep it on one.
Well, somebody should make a YouTube news.
Oh.
YouTube beef news.
Oh.
Beef Zeet.
Who's got the beef?
Zeet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Beef seats back,
Hey,
baby.
you got all the deets on the beef.
Oh, I like
Your
this.
friend Zeet.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
there
can
we
make
go.
some money off that.
That show will die in probably after episode 2. I would assume you stop doing it after episode 2. You just give up hope and
I'll go to episode 10. I'll make a season.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, season 1.
Once
Yeah.
MetLife comes after him for the 1.5 million they're owed.
The MetLife massacre.
We're probably gonna have to dump this entire thing off the podcast after today. Anyways, we're gonna be filed a fucking lawsuit. Connor, you signed for that though. It is 100% in Connor's name.
Well, on that last piece of paper that you told me to send to Phil or whatever it was,
Yeah.
it's all three of us because I wasn't actually
It's you.
technically.
Hold on, just tell me who the name.
It's me, Jose Perez, and
I don't know who that is.
whatever the lady is, her name is.
So Pat McAfee Inc. is not involved.
No. I use my Gmail email because you got to
Smart.
stay away. She doesn't have to know who I work for.
Well, she
Come
does
on.
now for sure. But but my name is legally Pat McAfee. This business is not legally involved to this RV
At all. What's the only thing that this business is legally involved with?
Well,
is the
hey, we're gonna find out if old billionaire Zeet is a real thing or not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because this is you're gonna have to you're gonna have to bail out Southie Connor out of a situation potentially here because he's a co-signer on this situation.
well, I mean, hey, if we get into
SouthieConnor@gmail.com.
that lady, man, she didn't want to give you the keys either.
Oh my God, she looked at us.
She
said,
knew.
Please take care of it.
Okay, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, more Pittsburgh Steelers drama. It still doesn't end somehow. James Conner, Lev Bell had a magical moment on. By the way, Lev Bell released a minute new rap video, music video, and he actually tweeted the question: "Is this fire flame or garbage basket?" Question mark. And the internet responded in a very negative manner. A lot of garbage basket answers, including other NFL players
Yes.
that Lev Bell did not appreciate. He basically said, yo, you a real one, you would have just texted me. If you were a real friend, you would have just texted me. And then old Cuzzy responded like, well, none of your real friends let you know that this was a trash bag before you put it out. And it got a little dirty there, but Lev Bell said, hey, nothing but positive vibes. Lev Bell has very much been a nothing but positive vibes guy. He let his agent do all the talking whenever he was sitting out and doing everything like that. He was just on a jet ski, rapping around, having a time of his life. And James Conner, University of Pittsburgh running back, who's now Pittsburgh Steeler running back. He started last year in Lev Bell's absence. He beat cancer.
Beat
He
cancer.
doesn't want everybody to know that. He did.
But he did. I mean,
he beat cancer, though. I mean, outstanding citizen in Pittsburgh. Very much beloved. Le'Veon Bell.
Great hair.
Not loved. Nick had to get his hair cut for James Conner's hot start he had. He sent a text out of nowhere to Lev Bell, it appears, that Lev Bell did not tell him to do that. Basically saying like, hey, man, I appreciate everything you did for me. I appreciate the love you showed me. I appreciate the mentorship that you showed me. And nothing but positive vibes, basically. And Lev Bell was like, hey, I don't normally do this, but in the wake of me and Antonio Brown seemingly being tied at the hip in this whole situation, he wanted to distance himself from that and show that, hey, I was a good teammate to James Conner into my room, which is Hey, that's big for Lev Bell. He showed up at off-season workouts for the Jets, too.
Yep.
This might be an entirely new chapter for Lev Bell, but I think all this drama helps out with Steelers fans and the Steelers locker room moving forward and saying, fuck everybody that we used to have here.
It fucking better. I can't take any more of that. That franchise used to be the model franchise of consistency and, no excuses, no bullshit, no drama, and then they turned into the Kardashians of the NFL.
Seriously.